Hey everyone, it's Karen and happy Monday. It is Monday, May 16th, and I don't know about you, but I've been reading a lot of headlines lately. I actually printed some out here that I wanted to discuss with you because I've been getting a lot of questions of how's the market? And I got to tell you, if you read these headlines, you're probably not feeling so good about it. So Fortune says the housing bubble 2.0 question mark. Regional housing markets are beginning to look like they did in 2007. I mean, come on. All right, that's a little bit extreme. Or how about this from the streets? More bad news for housing market as sales drop. I mean, I read this article. I'm going to break these down, but I read this article and I'm like, everything in here is actually positive news. And then this one from Fortune as well. We're not in a housing bubble, says a Zillow economist. So I just want to talk a little bit about what all these articles are saying and kind of what's happening in the market today. So a lot of my buyers have been thinking we're in a bubble. Obviously, I understand why they believe that because of these headlines. A lot of these buyers are waiting on the sidelines because they think the prices are going to go down, or they're not making that move, or they're not putting their home on the market because they think that they won't get the top dollar anymore. And a lot of this is simply not true, right? Obviously, what I always say is there's never a bad time to buy. There's just a bad time to sell. And in my opinion, I think it has been a great time to both buy and sell in the last 2 years. Now, I wrote down some notes that I just wanted to share with you. I'm going to put out a video, a longer video about this, but I thought that it was important to note that they believe that the current housing boom is an anomaly. And here's why. Over the last 2 years, housing prices have soared 34%. 34%, including 19% over the last year. For perspective, home prices have risen an average of 4.6% per year since 1987. 1987, 4.6%. That is normal. Now, I moved to Park City just a few years ago, and my property has already gone up $250,000 in 6 months. Is that normal? No. So here's the deal. The housing market has become detached from economic fundamentals. People moved not because they all of a sudden felt the housing market is great and this is a great time to buy. They moved because the pandemic triggered them. Now, another part of these articles, they say markets are overvalued. I'm going to share a chart down below. A Florida Atlantic University research paper shows that every single one of America's 100 largest housing markets is overpriced relative to what economic fundamentals would support. The most overpriced, you want to take a guess? Boise, Austin, Ogden, Utah, and Las Vegas. Those that are the least overvalued, New York and LA. New York and LA. Guys, this is a great time to buy in those markets. I will say that. Now, most of this is due to the fact that a lot of those residents left New York and LA and moved to other markets. How I did it, right? So I'm part of this problem. But the question is, what's going to trigger them to move again? Are they going to move because they're forced to go back to the office? Maybe. So is all of this real, or was all of it artificially forced because we can now change our work environment? That's what I think happened. Okay, let's talk about equity. Homeowners, a lot of people don't realize this, but like about 50% of all homeowners, 50 to 70%, have a loan. 50%, okay? And of those, 50+% of those, a lot of them have at least 50% equity in their home. They have at least 50% equity in their home. What does that mean? Unlike 2007, people were buying properties that they could not afford. They were getting lending and mortgages for homes that they could not afford. Hence the crash. The crash was caused by the real estate industry, right? By the subprime market. That's what caused the crash. Is the same thing going to happen here? No way, because buyers actually have more money. How do they have more money? Because they saved it. because they couldn't travel for a year plus. Heck, I still have friends who haven't gotten on a plane since. Imagine how much money they're saving. I was just chatting with somebody who said that the price from Los Angeles to New York is over $800. $800. I think I just went and it was about $300 round trip. So these prices are going up. So people are not going to be spending that money on travel anymore. What does that mean that they're doing? They're saving their money. They're putting their money into their home. By doing what? By maybe paying off more of the mortgage. Maybe they're doing renovations to their home. What we know is that the sign of a home seller is home renovations. So if you're thinking about doing home renovations, ask me for the top renovations to do and things to do to your home in order to make it most ideal to sell. So let's put it that, and then where are all these buyers going to come from? So we have a few different reasons why buyers are going to continue to stay in this market. Number one, like my friends that are in Austin, they probably last year had 70 plus offers on any given home. 70 offers. Is that normal? No way, no how. Maybe today, or as interest rates go up, maybe they'll get 15 to 20 offers. Is that still normal? No, it's not, but it's not 70. So a lot of those people that are sitting on the sidelines and waiting for the market to shift, what are they doing? They're renting. And the rents, get this, are going up an average of 17%. Like New York City, the rents are crazy. You cannot have an apartment on the market for more than a couple of days. 2 years ago, I was leasing in a building where we were getting rents $2,000 under what we were getting before, which was already kind of adjusted. So $2,000 under, imagine what they're able to increase it to now. These people are being priced out. So when they're being priced out, what they're doing is they're choosing homeownership as a hedge against inflation. So now you've got those renters who are saying, screw it, I don't want to rent anymore, I want to buy. You've got those millennials and those recent graduates who now have more money because they've saved it, because they haven't been traveling, their money has been in the stock market, and unless they've had a lot of crypto, they've actually done really well. So they're taking that money out and they're putting it into their homes. They're buying a property. These are the reasons why we're not in a housing bubble. We still have a shortage of inventory. And even though these builders they're just building, right? Like I've sold a few new developments here in Park City and we're about 12 months out, but these people locked in those prices about 4 or 5 months ago. Okay, 4 or 5 months, and we're probably going to close in about November. But they're still building. I mean, I've seen it. They're laying the foundation, they're pouring the concrete, they're building these homes, and so they are building. And the worst thing, one of the triggers that we could see that could kind of trigger another change in the market is if they stop. Because if they stop developing, then we will again be in a shortage of supply, have a shortage of supply. Versus 2007, where we had a surplus because these developers were building and building and building, and there wasn't as much demand. So I just wanted you all to know that because my most recent video got a lot of questions. I was told that I explained it really well and it made a lot of sense. So I'm hoping that these headlines that you're hearing or that you're reading might give a little bit more clarity. There's nothing to be afraid of right now. Home values are not plummeting. Buyers are not going away. If anything, buyers are still there. They're going to keep coming out. And it will keep the market healthy because what we've been in has been extremely unhealthy, extremely unsustainable, and an anomaly. So if you've got questions about your specific market, let me know. I am super connected to agents all over the country. So if you have questions about Boise, Las Vegas, LA, New York, Chicago, parts of Florida, you let me know and I will connect you with an agent who could speak more intelligently about your market. Thank you for watching and have a great day. Bye, everyone.